Hello and welcome to Walk the Talk. I am Shekhar Gupta in the heart of much maligned Lutyens, Delhi. And my guests today, somebody who is most unlike in Lutyens wala and sometimes makes headlines for the wrong reasons, but that's because he's so straight talking. Kiren Rijiju, Minister of State for Home Affairs, I should say Internal Security also. Welcome to Walk the Talk.
Thank you so much.
Because besides other things, you are also the ambassador of the Northeast in Delhi, in this powerful, insensitive capital of India.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful having you. And you're right that I'm not typical politician nor a man who was always in the corridor of the power. My life has been struggling throughout my career. I was in opposition. This is the first government and first time I am part of the government, and nice to talk to you today.
And you've been in public life for a long time, although you know you look much too young for that.
People think that I am still around 40 or below, but when they really know about my age, then they are surprised. That's because I try to keep fit. If I'm fit, then I can perform better.
Also because you come from Tawang, which is at 10,000 feet and the cleanest air I think anywhere in the world.
Absolutely, 100%. In fact, minus pollution. It's absolute delight to be there.
And you represent a very small tribe, Mijis.
Yeah.
Mijis are part of the larger Mon family,
Yeah.
Monpas,
Yes.
Mons and Buddhists.
Yes. Arunachal Pradesh, we have 26 major tribes. My community is also one of the major tribes. It's divided into various districts. So I come from the western part of Arunachal Pradesh, which is close to China and close to Bhutan, both. Right. But beautiful place.
So you represent all of India now, but you also specially represent the Northeast, because you are the only, in a way, Northeastern face in this cabinet. It's a strange cabinet which does not have a cabinet minister from the Northeast. You are not saying that, I am saying that. Unusual.
Normally, Shekharji, you will be very part of the whole Northeast culture because you know Northeast very closely. Northeastern people are very, very docile, not very loud. And Indian Parliament is quite noisy.
Only loud after 7 o'clock. 7 p.m.
You know what? You know very well because you are part of that session. The problem in the Indian Parliament is noisy.
Most people from the Northeast will make very bad Biharis these days.
Well, I can't comment on that. But I was, I think, probably one of the few members of Parliament who started raising voice in the House so that we could be heard. We are less in number, so that had to be complemented by much more engagement in the House. So I became quite visible, quite laudable, and people started hearing me. So in a way, it is better because that connects in much better way than not speaking out.
Not speaking out. Yeah. But you do speak out. You do make headlines. But before we get to your headlines, you survey internal security. And I know that your minister has to do a lot of politics, has to campaign, has to do many other things. And Home Ministry has a large political dimension. Yeah. How do you look at India's internal security situation today? And 3 big challenges, Kashmir, Northeast, and left-wing extremism, which we call as Maoist zone. Rank them in a hierarchy of which is the most worrying like right now, second most worrying, third most worrying.
See, before we came to the power in 2014, definitely left-wing extremism was the biggest challenge because it occupies the heart of India, the central India. 10 states are badly affected by the left-wing extremism. But the focus of the Prime Minister and my senior colleague Rajnath ji, all of us focused so much. So left-wing extremism has been contained to a large extent. And today I will not rank that as the biggest challenge because most of the states which were affected by the left-wing extremism have come out with a very positive plan to merge with the plans being executed by the Ministry of Home Affairs. So we are very successful to a great extent. Secondly, Northeast.
How closely does Ministry of Home Affairs work with governments there, particularly Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha?
Presently, Chhattisgarh, excellent, and Andhra Pradesh, the best. The efforts made by the Andhra Pradesh government over the years is the best so
Andhra
far.
and Telangana both.
Both. Telangana now it's got divided, but earlier the combined Andhra Pradesh, both. And they have excellent police officers who could really deal with the left-wing extremism challenge in an incisive manner. So they are very good. And now Jharkhand is also coming up well. Chhattisgarh has come up very well. Madhya Pradesh is doing
So
good.
Chhattisgarh, we are digressing it just a little bit, but there is this controversial police officer, Mr. Kaluri, who's just been moved out. What's your view on him, and was the center consulted before he was moved out, or is it the center that advised the state government to move him out?
No, we don't interfere in the administrative reshuffle or the adjustment within the state government. We just do some kind of a complementary work to them. Whenever they need our assistance, we are there. Because our forces are deployed there, not only CRPF. We have additional battalions from ITBP, from SSB, from other forces. We are giving full force support to the state government. But if there are any issues within the state government, they may consult if necessary at various levels, but we don't interfere.
Do you have a view on these allegations of human rights abuses? National Human Rights Commission has said something. There was this harassment of Bela Bhatia, which was completely uncalled for and unfair.
These accusations will have to be taken seriously, and we don't brush aside if there are some issues or some civil societies make some kind of a complaints or they raise certain issues. We don't brush aside. We take it up seriously. But at the same time, we have to be very, very concerned about the moral of our forces, and we have to ensure that to provide security to the nation, there are certain things which happens in the course. We have to correct if there are some mistakes, some aberrations. But picking up a case to break the conscience or the moral of our forces, that should not happen. There must be a balance. We don't brush aside, but at the same time, we don't create it an issue larger than it deserves.
So I interrupted you. You were ranking the three. You were saying when you came into power, Maoist zone was the topmost concern. Now?
After that, Northeast always remains a big challenge, and presently we have a quite disturbing situation in Manipur. In fact, if you see Manipur as a whole, it's very, very disturbed, and we are very concerned about that. Unfortunate part is the election which is happening now. That has created very disturbing kind of addition to the problem, because the Chief Minister and the Congress party try to drive political mileage out of a human crisis. That should not have happened. Nagaland, right now we have certain problem with regards to the women reservation. The Naga tribal bodies are protesting, but that is more of a political, not
So
security.
I believe Nagaland Chief Minister is now on his way out.
I can't say that. This is their internal matter. I've met of the Naga People's Front, and the Chief Minister met me also, Rajnath ji also. We want stability. We can't say who should be Chief Minister.
Yeah, but it does look like that for stability, the party NPF may ask him to go for now. And
I just got the information that they have some internal issues, how to retrieve the lost ground. Means some peace have been lost.
yeah, and for the sake of peace, that peace, they have to change their leadership. They are willing.
Well, on the choice of their leadership, it is their internal matter. Yes. But from our side, it's very clear that any change of leadership should not create further instability. Right. Stability is our concern. Right.
But if this is not seen as a sort of as a fatal concession to agitators, that if under their pressure you change the Chief Minister, that means you're abdicating.
If that movement, what we have seen, is driven by political interests, then it is unfortunate. If it is a genuine movement, then in a democratic country, people's movement do take place.
So, so what is the most important problem today? Kashmir, Northeast, or Maoists?
In the present situation, because of the ruckus created by our neighbor, Pakistan, the challenge in Jammu Kashmir is quite tough, and we have to deal with it. Now we have an elected government in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. They are doing honestly to take care of the entire law and order situation. And the last 5-6 months we had bad experience, very bad experience. But situation is coming back to the normalcy.
But again it has slipped.
That is because of some incidents and certain, because the Pakistan will never let us sleep in peace. They will try to create certain things. But we have to understand that we should not fall prey to the Pakistan's evil design.
But Kiren, that is Pakistan. But the fact is, you cannot deny that the people in the valley, by and large, are very severely alienated.
That is because of the historic reason. The Congress Party, National Conference, who ruled Jammu and Kashmir for so long time, for decades, if they have not settled the issues during their regime, and if they have not given a proper roadmap, and today to tell us to solve the issue in just 2-3 years' time is unfair, because the problem is deep-rooted. Sentiments are well understood. But the Prime Minister has given a very, very clear message that he is taking the leaf out of what Vajpayee ji had said.
So do you are you open to the idea of treating the population of Kashmir as enemy?
Not at all. We should not treat anybody within this country as enemy, nor anybody outside as enemy. Everybody, whether he is an Indian or not, everybody is friend. But more so in case of Jammu and Kashmir, our government has been very generous in terms of providing extra assistance, whatever is required by the people of Jammu and Kashmir.
I can see you're doing interesting things to this house. This was a very Spartan place when Mr. Antony was here. It was like a little jungle.
Yeah, Antony ji had not made this field properly. He just kept it like that. I just wanted to make it clean.
Right.
You know, wherever I stay, I want to make the place clean.
Looking much nicer. So, so Kashmir, you see Kashmir as the #1 problem right now?
Yeah, challenges, you can say that it's a big challenge.